No, I don't want to see a video of that.
Luckily,
Some sort of dirigible that we can fill with beer and float around and just dispense to people.
that would be the obvious solution.
Yeah, I can't believe no one's thought of it before.
Someone mentioned tours around your brewery, and I would really like to have a tour around Ian's brewery. Really intriguing. I'm really liking it.
Yeah.
It's still set up from a mate's 50th. Well, there were more balloons before, but
you got your balloon collection wrong. Everyone knows you've got to have the 2 round ones next to one of those long ones.
This is I'm quite lucky, I guess. Here I've got a load of space, and so I guess starting with the silly, shiny, brewy stuff. Yeah, the 3 vessel that I'm trying not to use, and a control box that Dad, who's a cryogenicist and infinitely more talented than I will ever be, helped me put together. I don't know. How detailed do you want these tours to be?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. The tours, there's only a few of us left here. Earlier on, that might want to see this type of stuff. It's great.
They can watch it on the video, but they've got to sit through 2.5 hours of this.
All right.
I think that's rewarding anyways.
Incentive.
I got a couple of those pumps that everyone. Well, I went through a whole load of solar pumps and black pumps and this, that, and the other, and then Rob put me onto these. They're still magnet pumps, aren't they? But they're a bigger bore and they're much tougher, and they'll basically chew up anything at 100 and whatever degrees for a long time. So I bought one off Rob and one off Ali, and they've been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, I said to Rob at the time, should I be looking at a March, May, or a Chugger? And he said, don't bother, you'll be fine with these. And I must admit, I was really cynical, but they've been absolutely brilliant. Last year, or 18 months ago, I switched from what was I using as a mash tun? I can't even remember now, but I treated myself and went for one of these, Mr. Lard affairs, which I've stuck a little port on here so I can keep the lid on when I'm recirculating.
Ooh, is that insulated?
Yes, yeah.
It's like a big soup pot.
Yeah, exactly. It's a thermos thing.
Oh, nice.
And at the same time, I was mashing one of these things, which I think are brilliant value. At the time, you could get them off eBay for £100. They're 30 litres, and you can get them with false bottoms and bags and everything. So I was mashing one of these, which was great. And they have their own heaters in, of course. So then I had to switch over to using a rims tube, which I must admit has been absolutely seamless. And works. The only thing you're going to be careful is not to have any. So basically, I'd come out of here and into the bottom here. There's a tube heater in the bottom, a sight glass just so I can check there's liquid going around it, so the tube doesn't burn out, and also you can check how clear the water's getting, and then out the top where I've got I took the temperature probe and made it removable just so I can make it easy to clean. And all you've got to be careful of is having a valve when you come out of here isn't a good idea, because if this ever gets sealed off and the pump stops running, then the whole thing can go bang, and that wouldn't be very pretty. Not just sticky trainers time, which tends to happen to me pretty much every brew day. In one way or another, one valve gets open somewhere I shouldn't do. And then I've still got the original kettle I had, which in fact I'm getting ready to brew tomorrow. This is just a little floating paddling pool heater that I use to heat up the water, so that it's ready when I wake up in the morning, rather than having to do that. And I've got that on a
nice few medals there as well in the background.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
They look like national homebrew.
Yeah.
Some of them I even won. I didn't buy too many off eBay.
Is it Welsh there?
Is that Welsh as well? Is that Welsh and nationals?
Yeah, Welsh and mainly, yeah.
Yay! Nice one, Rob.
I just happened to have that to hand.
What was that, Rob?
A similarly coloured one.
Oh, look at that! Isn't it?
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I in the beginning I went for induction, and I've stuck with that. It's clean, and I only do 40-litre boils, and if I need to, I'll then liquor back if if I want a bigger volume. I find that's probably it works for me.
Works.
That's a nice. That's a nice
good fridge. Yeah,
fermentation
that's a
chamber.
nice fridge.
Yeah.
You know what? All of this stuff I've got off, like out here, there's a thing called the Bon Coin, the Good Corner, which is like the equivalent of, I don't know, not Free Cycle, but eBay. But there's
Gumtree or Gumtree.
yeah, exactly, Gumtree.
Gumtree.
Perfect. And I think this was like $120. So it's none of it's been expensive. Well, maybe some of the shiny stuff, fair enough.
A pool table in the background as well.
That was free. That was free from a chalet. A chalet were upgrading from a slate-topped pub pool table to some horrible thing they'd bought off Amazon. And I was like, "You really sure you're giving this away?" She was just
Is
like,
it a slate bed?
"Yeah, it's a slate bed." Nuts.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a bit of a winner.
We're coming to
We've got
stay at Ian's.
Yeah, as soon as we get out.
We could do a Tour de France. We'll go from here to James. And,
James as well. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, James got a lovely setup.
So yeah,
They've got a queue rack next to their pool table, but you've got a cycle.
we do a lot of like most of the stuff we do here is outdoors. So we got some bikes and some skis and then some gas and some malt. Yeah, and then this I built a few years ago now, and has always stood me in good stead. Yeah, I don't know, holler if you've got any questions, but it's.
We're all jealous.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's some
amazing
setup you've got there, mate.
Fantastic, Ian. Fantastic.
And how big is the CO2 bottle?
That's a 10 kilo. There's a wholesaler down the road does them for $35 once you've paid the deposit. And I just got tired of buying the little ones. So, yeah. And again, I think this was like 50 euros off eBay, the fridge. And then I've just sort of built some shelves and I've done the usual thing.
Wow.
Ideal.
Perfect.
And now I just need some buggers to drink it. And then, like you, Mark,
Okay.
The last thing I bought was this, which was just for keeping kegs in, really. It's a 2 degrees, just to help manage stocks and what have you.
Hang on, is that the only hand pump in France?
There's
Is that the only dartboard in France?
I think there's probably a few of them. I was tempted to buy another, although I don't know why I'd be doing it. Summertime calls on these things, doesn't it? So, yeah.
I think, Ian, I think you need to have a festival. But seriously, when all this is done and dusted, I think we need to come and have a festival at your place.
Oh, you'd be more than welcome, crikey. I have said to Lee, if ever you fancy coming out skiing and beering, when
beer, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't get 1 meter on a set of skis.
I have actually tried, and I only got about 1 meter.
I couldn't even
over
get
so
up the
many
chairlift.
times, I broke the skis. That was how good I was at skiing.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I know, right? And then afterwards, Katka, who was teaching me, went, "Oh yeah, maybe next time we'll start on a beginner run or something."
Something.
That's a beautiful setup. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm lucky to have a lot of space here, and it's a big basement, and I've been allowed to misuse it.
So that's a basement.
Yeah, this is our yeah. A lot of the houses here, because I think because a lot of them are built into the mountainside, they dig out these enormous basements, and people fill them with skis and bikes and all the other stuff that are clearly.
Yeah, because just normally, like when you build houses or buildings in Poland as well, you build a huge basement as well.
Yeah,
So,
Czech Republic too. Like,
yeah.
their basements are brilliant. Like perfect 12 degrees all year
I
round.
know.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
I know there's space under my house. I know there's about 5 foot between the damp-proof course and the actual ground.
Yeah.
I could make use of it somehow.
You've seen The Great Escape, haven't you? You know, fit in your trouser leg and shake out in the garden.
30 years from now.
That didn't help with the carpentry though, did it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Right, I'm going to take leave. I think, guys. Had a really good session. Really enjoyed it. Thanks, Daz, for setting me up.
Been good fun.
Yeah.
And I'll see you all. Well, same time next month, I guess.
Yeah, for the foreseeable.
For the foreseeable. Yeah.
Cheers, Ken.
Bye.
You can.
But
Yeah, you're still here. Had a full beer and everything.